Oh yeah.
This is VW Pro, the last round of qualifying for them, and the number 2 man on the qualified order at the moment is Ed Keach with the Tango Golf, and number 12 at the moment is Paul Jackson with Il Parata, the little Lupo. The numbers that they're aiming for on the scoreboards at the top end there: 11.96 for the Orange Golf, 10.5 for the Lupo. Ed gets away well, but watch the power of the Lupo pulling through. 11.38 plays 11.81. Well, it's a breakout for Ed, no improvement, and a little bit off pace there for Paul Jackson. Lost it at the start, basically. No improvement for him either. So Ed stays 2 at the moment. Paul stays 12. Tom Herbert with the Phantom Corrado, a dial-in of 10.98 for him, and Graham Fairhead with the fastback. Can't quite see his dial-in, but we'll see that in a moment when he comes underneath us here. $11.10 is the dial-in then for Graham. And 10.98 then for Tom. Tom's going to take the strike first, but how close? 11.38, 11.28. No help for either of them. They stay put. Ian Dale with a strip burner Beetle, dialing in 12.40. Currently in the number 16 spot. Jacob Bailey dialing in 10.22. He's currently in the number 3 spot. Nearest to his dial-in so far has been a 10.33. Jacob really pushing the performance of the Jetta now. He's approaching 150 miles an hour as well. Went 147 yesterday. Big differences between these two cars. Obviously, one's a Beetle, one's a Jetta, but front-wheel drive for the Jetta, rear-wheel drive for the Beetle. So Jacob off and running. How close to that 10.22 is he going to get? 10.50, 144 miles an hour, good terminal speed, and a 13.96 there for Ian. So no help for either of them, to be honest. They are going to stay put. Jacob stays 3, Ian stays 16. Next up then, Adrian Solly, the Late Goose Audi A3, going alongside Carl Goldsmith with the Golf. Carl, as per usual, been stripping engines and rebuilding them at an alarming pace in the pits. That's all he knows what to do. You know what? If he didn't break anything, it would be a boring weekend for him. It really would. But he perseveres and he keeps it going, and you've got to dip your hat to him. So the Late Goose takes this one, 11.04. Breakout, a little bit too quick. And Carl looks like he's broken something else now, 12.34 at 130. Did see a puff of smoke around about 1,000 foot. But whatever it is, he'll get back on it straight away and get it fixed, and he'll be round for eliminations. James Hodson with the Golf. The only thing is we can't see a dial in for him. Needs a new shoe whitener, does James? Because David couldn't read it, I couldn't read it, but I had to get Bob down there to tell us what it was. So it's 10.5, going alongside Graham Freeman with the Beetle, 12.20. Oh, 10.49 with the 3. James breaks out by just that much. It's less than 100th of a second. And it's still a breakout. 12.52 and a 12.20. So Graham moves up 3 spots with that one from 15 to 12. James stays number 9. Luke Stevenson with the Dragster in the number 8 spot at the moment. Looking for a 9.30. with the VW powered dragster, going alongside Phil Bogg with the Caddyman, dialing in a 12.40. Well, to say Luke is having a fantastic weekend is an understatement. He loves bug jam anyway, but to get the dragster to run so well in the 9s as well. Well, arrow straight, 9 watt, 947, 143. Got a race guy you can work with there. Good old Luke. Happy days for the team. But Phil Bogg, though, goes 12.41 on a 12.40 dial, moves from 14 to number 2. It's a great run there for Phil. Abby Tether with the Golf, going alongside number 1 qualifier, James Gould with the Mark III Militia Golf. 12.85 dialing for Abby, 11.20 for the green Golf of James Gould. James gets there first with 11.47 and a 12.99 there for Abby Tether. James stays 1, obviously. Abby stays 5. Rob Carter with the Audi S4. 11.82, the number of choice for him. It's Michael Mooney with Flatler at the Beetle, 12.10. Rob's car has lost drive, basically. Michael Mooney, though, on his way. Can he run that 12.10? 12.29. He's going to stay in the number 12 spot there. Rob Carter, not quite sure what happened there, but it did lose all drive when he left the start line. But certainly a drive issue there for him. So unfortunately no fluid, which is always a good thing. Serious bit of kit, that Audi, actually. I mean, they're They're no slouches anyway, but to tune them and get them to run into the 11-second zone is no mean feat at all. So again, respect for what these guys are out there to achieve. Right, the highly medicated Beetle coming through. And this mad Lupo. I absolutely love this car. Dialing in a 10.20. Yeah, that's a Lupo on steroids, it really is. It just looks like it's on a different chassis. They've blocked this body on the top. It's James Rhodes from Southampton. He's currently the number 15 spot. Going alongside, say, Alex Knott with the highly medicated Beetle, dialing in 11.8. So James is going to get there first. How close to 10.20 can he go? 10.81 and 12.20. Alex does actually move up with that one from 18 to 15. James was in the 15 spot, then drops to 16. Paul Jordan with this ridiculously rapid Polo, dialing in 10.15. Can go way quicker than that. Well, both of them rolled the beams a little bit there. Paul Jordan backs out of his run. In actual fact, they both did. 13.34, played a 14.71, no help for them. We move on to VW Sportsman, John Crawford and Polly Judge. Darling's end, 15.99 for Polly, 15.65 for John. These two are currently 12 and 13 in the qualified order. Polly one place ahead of John. Numbers on the top of the sport board is their reaction time. So you can see that Polly was away better. But it's all about the ETs now. Oh, John Crawford breaks out by less than a tenth of a second. So he's going to stay in the number 13 spot. No help for Polly, 16.49. So they stay 13 and 12. Well, pick your Beetle of choice. The Blue Beetle, driven by Lawrence Clark. That's the Thunderbug. And it's Gareth Bates with the Black Beetle. The Darling's 15.85 for Gareth. Lawrence actually hasn't got a number on the board yet, actually. I don't recall seeing this car run yesterday. He's looking for that 15.60. Gareth currently number 7 on the qualified order. And whatever Lawrence gets, we'll put him somewhere in the qualified order. Lawrence, God, can you believe that? Lawrence Clark from nowhere has just gone into the number 1 spot. 15.61 on a 15.60. Absolutely outstanding, that one. Very, very well judged run indeed. 16.23 in the autoclave. But Lawrence, I take my hat to you, buddy. Awesome run. From nowhere, straight into number 1. Kaylee Jackson with the Audi A1. Bruce Harvey with the Golf. Oh, unfortunately, Kaylee just rolled the beams a little bit there, so she's not good to... Basically, it says left before tree activated. The clocks are still running. Bruce Harvey, though, 15.30 is the target. Gets a 16.02. Not going to help. And nowhere near for Kaylee either. Laurie Anslow with Lady Baja, looking for 14.25. And Justin with the Audi. 1501. Did get a message from Justin, thanks ever so much indeed, basically to say that his red dwarf VW Golf hasn't disappeared, he's still got it, working on it to bring it back better and faster than it was at all. Well, the early part looked fantastic for Laurie, but she shifted into third gear. It didn't go to plan, unfortunately. 17.21 at 59, but Justin moves up there, 15.10 on a 15.01. Goes from number 16 spot up to number 9. Connor Jones with the VW Beetle. 16.65 is the target for him. He's currently in the number 7 spot. Paul Day, coming into this session, was number 1 qualifier. He's just been bumped back to number 2. Darling then for him, 13.25. Will basically need to hit that or just be no more than a 10th off to get that number, sorry, 100th off to take that number 1 spot back. Well, Paul's definitely going to get there first, but can he run that 13.25? 13.32 is a good effort, but he stays number 2. Connor stays number 7, 16.93, no help for him. So Morgan Wilson brings the yellow Havoc misdemeanor Beetle up to the start line in the Kestrel beer lane. It's young Jack Gooding. Both of these came from the junior dragster class, did very, very well indeed. And they found a new home in VW Sportsman. $16.58 and a $17.59. Good runs for both of them, but they stay put. So Jack will stay 4 for the time being. Morgan will stay 6. Paul Robinson, currently number 13 with the Sirocco, and Phil Jones 10 places ahead in number 3 with the Audi A3. The targets then 14.80 for Phil, 14.30 for Paul with the Sirocco. 14.47, 14.65. Breakout there for Phil with the Audi, a little bit too quick. No help there for Paul Robinson. A good run, 47 on a 30, but stays in the number 13 spot. The next pair, still in VW Sportsman. Looks like it's going to be Rob Cresswell with the Audi, affectionately known as the Beast, 13.60. And how about the roll-in P from Ethan Lyle, 14.85. So Ethan currently number 10, Rob with the Audi currently number 11. Good reaction times for both of them. Rob's going to get there first, looking for that 13.60. Finds a 13.78 and a 14.92. No move for Rob, but Ethan moves up from 10 to 6 with that run, getting ever so close to his dial-in number. But both of those guys, very, very good racers indeed, and capable of going round. So watch out for those two when it comes to eliminations. Steve Metcalf with the Imposter Audi TT, and it's Fee Sinclair with the Beetle. 1480 plays a 1380. Number 16 plays number 17. It's going to be Fee who gets there first with a 1512, then a 1554. No help to either of them. So the field is almost set in VW Sports, and in fact this is the last car to go. Currently in the number 22 spot, this is the Polo TDI looking for 17 seconds. Rui Cavallo. Goes 17.35, moves up from 22 to 17. So that's qualifying done for VW Sportsman.